Good morning, students. We've been learning about regrouping. So today, let's review that so we can get to carrying. I love to work hard, and that means carrying. Big boxes, heavy boxes, small boxes, all kind. Oh, today we're not doing boxes, Joe. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Today we're carrying numbers from the ones place to the tens place. You shouldn't call them numbers, they're digits. Oh, that's right. We're carrying digits from the ones place to the tens place. And boy, those digits can be really heavy sometimes. Well, maybe for your brain. Yeah, for my brain. So listen up carefully. Bye, I'm disappearing. Da 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 da, I'm disappearing. All right, students. Remember we were talking about regrouping? Let's take a look and review. I know that you've talked about this, what we're talking about today, last year in first grade, but I want you to listen very carefully because it's been a long time since you've done the carrying. So let's just be sure we understand the regrouping, and then we'll go on to carrying. Do not look at your arithmetic page yet. Let's just talk about what this is today. So if you have 9 stars, it's 9. If you add one more, then you've got 10. Now 10 is a 2-digit number, so it's not going to fit in the ones place, is it? So we're going to put the 0 in the ones place because we're going to have 0, excuse the interruption, we're going to have 0 ones now because we're putting let me put this on pause. All right, excuse that little interruption of the announcements in the classroom, my empty classroom, by the way. It's just the loudspeaker. Let me go backwards one if I can here. Let's see. No, now my mouse is not letting me go back. Hold on, let me fix that. All right, so we had 9 in the ones column and we added one more, so now we have 10. So we have to regroup. We have to put those over to the tens place. So now we've got 10 stars. So what does that mean? It means we've got 0 ones and 1 10. And 1 10. There we go. Sometimes my mouse is not working, so we'll work with that. Now, let's look at that again with a different number. All right, so we've got 8 plus 2. Let's take a look at no. All right. Well, this doesn't want to work today. 8 plus 2 is 10. So we're going to put the 0 in the ones place and the 1 in the tens place because we can't put both digits in the ones place, right? That doesn't make sense. We can only fit 9 things in the ones place. Once it gets to 10, we have to go to the tens place. Let's go to the next one. Let's say we have 8 plus 1 is 9, but we add one more. Now we've got 10, we have to regroup. So we're going to put the 1 in the tens place. And then we need a 0 in the ones place to hold that place, right? Because if we just put a 1, nobody's going to know it's 110 unless we put that 0 to hold the ones place. All of these things are things you know already. So 7 plus 3 is what? 10. So we have to put the 0 in the ones place. Remember, you must always add the ones place first. Of course, we already know that 7 plus 3 is 10, so we're just going to write a 10. So any combinations that we have memorized, we just write the answer. We don't have to worry about it because we know it, but I'm showing you just to make it clear. So 6 plus 4 is a new combination we've learned, and that is 10. So the 0 is going to go in the ones place, though, and the 1 is going to go in the tens place. And then 5 plus 5 is what? Yeah, 10. So the 0 is going to go where? In the ones place, and the 1 is going to go where? In the tens place. Let's look at another one. Now, let's talk about carrying. This says we are carrying from the ones place to the tens place. So now we've got 25 plus 5. Notice that 5 is just 5 singles. The 5 on the bottom, it needs to stay in the ones place so that we add it to the other 5 in the ones place. So we're going to add the ones place first, which is 5 plus 5 is 10. So we're going to have to put a 0 there though, right? Now, let's see what happens with the 1. If we put it there, we're going to end up with the answer 10, and that's not the right answer. 5 plus 5 is 10, but 25 plus 5 is not 10. So what do we do with that 1 now? Watch. We're not going to put it down at the bottom. Instead, we're going to put a little 1 up above the 2 in the tens place. That's called carrying. We have carried that 1 digit to the tens place. So now we can add it in to the tens place, and we've got that 110 from the 5 plus 5 plus the 2 tens that were already there equals what? 3 tens. And so that's the number 30, because 5 plus 5 is 10, and you had to put a 0 in the ones place. Then you had to carry that 110 to the tens place, because it's a 10 now. It's in the tens place. But we make it small so that we know we carried it. If we put it large, then when we're writing on our paper, we might go back later and say, oh, that was just a 10 that was there that was already there. No, we want to know that we carried it. So that's the sign that it's been carried, is that we make it small. And we always put it on the top of the tens place. And then we add them together. We have to remember to add them together so that we get all of our tens. And we would know that 25 plus 5 is 30, because we know how to count by fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. But when we're doing it on paper, we have to show our work correctly, because we're not always going to be able to know the answer. So right now we're just learning to carry, so that later when we do ones that we don't already know the answer to, we will know how to do it. Let's go to the next one. All right, we see 25 plus 45. We still have 5 plus 5 in the ones place. So what are we going to do? We must always add the ones column first. Well, we can't put 10 because we can't put 2 digits. So we're going to put a 0, a 0, a 0. There we go. And then what are we going to do with the 1? Are we going to put it down at the bottom? No. No, Mrs. Frazier, that's not where it goes, because the answer isn't 10, is it? No. Yeah, there we go. We've got a little 1 up on top of the tens place. So we're going to go now, add them all together. 1 plus 2 is 3, and 3 plus 4 is 7. So 25 plus 45 is what? 70. Are you getting the hang of it? Do you remember from first grade how you did this? All right. And you got to understand why you're doing it the way you're doing it, so that it makes sense to you, and that will help you remember how to do it. All right, 5 plus 7, we just started learning that, is 12. It's not 2. But we have to put the 2 in the ones place, because 12, remember, is 1 10 and 2 ones. So those 2 ones go in the ones place. Where is the 110 going to go? Is it going to go? Yeah, see, I did it right this time, right? I did it wrong before, just to show you that wasn't what we're doing. Did you see it pop up there? Did you see it? There, I erased it. Watch it. It's gonna go up on top. There it is. So there's nothing to add to it. In fact, we already know this one, but I'm just showing you that sometimes you're going to have ones that you have nothing in the tens column to add to it, but if it's one that you don't already know, you can stick that one up there and then add 1 plus nothing is 1. All right, so you're going to have 12. And there, I'm making my 1 bigger. So we already know that 5 plus 7 is 12. So we don't really need to carry when we're doing the ones we already know on our paper, but I'm showing you how it works. Now, let's go on to the next one. I think I went too far. No, there we go. Okay, so we've got 8 plus 8, and we've got 28 plus 48 plus 4. And notice that The 4 is put in the ones place down there under the 2 8s because it is 4 ones. If we put it in the tens place, then that would be the value of 4 tens, which would be 40. But we just want to add 4. So it's 28 plus 48 plus 4. And we are going to add which column first? Yes, the ones column. And so 8 plus 8, now you haven't learned this yet, but, you have learned the double 8, but then we're going to add 4 more. 8 plus 8 is 16, and then 16 plus 4 is 20. Now that's one you haven't learned yet, but we're going to be just using this as an example. So 8 plus 8 is 16, plus 4 more is 20. And if you were doing this right, the 0 would go in the ones place, and then what would you do with the 2? So I'm doing this as an example to show you that you're not always going to be carrying a 1. Because if it's 2 tens, like 8 plus 8 plus 4 equals 20, then you're actually going to be carrying a 2. All right, you won't have one this hard today, but does the 2 go there? No, because then we will not have added in the tens above it. So we've got to put it up on top. There we go. Now we put it how? Small. That's our sign that it's been carried. So we're going to have 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 4 more is what? 8. So our answer is 80. All right, let's see if we need to. Nope, that was our last one. And so that's the end. Now I'm going to have a different video to help you, guide you through your arithmetic page today. And we will do some carrying on your arithmetic page also today. And thank you. I hope you're being a good listener. Goodbye.